Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Stellaris. We are playing as the Piece of Star Hive with the goal of eventually eating everything in the galaxy. It'll take a little while for us to get there. We started at the very, very outer edge of the galaxy in basically a corner. But we have this area to ourselves. Unfortunately, we have Prophet's Retreat and Pristine Jewel close by, which means that somewhere right around here, probably, is the spiritualist, Fallen Empire, and we're gonna have to deal with that. Hopefully, they aren't blocking our path anywhere. So let's get right back into it. We are expanding out here. Our main fleet is coming back, and luckily, we do auto regenerate, so that's pretty nice. Let's see, I still only have Biolab there. You are growing here. Alright, monthly unity plus 5. Also additional edicts. Ancient warring tribes, historical nations in conflict, now united in empire. We will not crumble. What do we want? Leader pool size is not bad, but I think the hydroponics farm is going to be better. So, we get, edict-wise. Now we have drone campaign, learning campaign, and war drone campaign. So, army damage plus 15%. Leader experience gain plus 25%, and growth speed plus 20%. I don't feel the need to do the growth speed just yet. I am going to do the, learning campaign, however, I think. We'll do that one. And I'm also going to set food stockpiling up to large. Just so that we have that.
Construction complete.
Okay. So these bases don't, take any, they don't automatically get resources, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm not sure if they have a maintenance cost, though. So we can upgrade them to a starport, and then it would show up in this list here, but I'm not going to do that yet. The one that's going to be here is definitely going to get upgraded. Maybe the one here. It'll depend on a lot of things. What did we have in here? A fairly small alpine world. Okay. I so want Gaia's Jewel. Oh, look at that. So good.
Complete.
And it has an asteroid belt. Ah. So good. Alright. Engineering is our worst. But I kind of want to push over to this one for the 6 and the 2, and the 4 and the 3. So let's go take that one. Also, locking in this would be good. I'm just going to wait until they get up to this system to implement the policy. Okay, entering the hyperlane. There we go. Perfect. Policies and edicts. And map the stars. Let's get that active again. Okay. I might pass up what this system has for now. Although, it's got engineering, and I'm lowest on engineering. Life signs have been detected coming from inside the atmosphere of this gas giant. Could it indicate the presence of some kind of biosphere? Sure, we'll research that. And we can get hyper-adaptive evolution, reducing the physical frame of our thinker drones to little more than a minimal life support system for their overgrown brains, has proven very efficient. They are fed and cared for by other lower-order drones, and can focus exclusively on perfecting their area of study. Leader experience gain plus 25%. That's not bad. Yeah, I kind of like the food edicts because later on there's just like nothing to use food for. Oh, so many good things that I want. I think I want the energy grid first, however. Okay, so yeah, let's. I don't know that I want to do that one. No. Yeah, there's 5 up here, so we'll get that. 3 and 2. Okay, regenerative hull tissue, amoeba breeding programs, and society research. Not bad. Failure. Acting on orders from Science Officer Ashley, the Cave Carrots sent a probe into the atmosphere of Tethel 1 to investigate the life signs that had been reported. The presence of a rich atmospheric ecosystem was discovered, but 3.4 seconds later, the probe contaminated the atmosphere and triggered a chemical chain reaction that spread rapidly across the entire gas giant. No signs of life can be detected now. Unfortunate. well, that's a pretty big oops. That is a rather large oops. Oops. It's like, well, what are you gonna do, right?
Fleeing aggressors.
Oh, come on. More of you. I hate you guys. I hate you guys so much. Alright. Not a problem. We will spend some extra resources to go kill you.
Research complete.
And engineering facility 1, that's good. I think we want the mineral processing plant. Also get a nebula refinery, which is interesting. Oh, come on. Just go up there. We already have 5 energy available here. That's pretty good. Of course, that means that Eagle Claw is going to take this really, really odd route. Ashley, you're going down that way, so Eagle Claw instead... Was a wormhole there? Well, I guess we'll find out. Survey up around there. Abandoned Gateway. An ancient space station of some kind has been located at the edge of the Dorfel system. The strong residual subspace signature that surrounds the station indicates that it may be a gateway of sorts. Part of a theoretical network of similar stations that at some point would have allowed for near instantaneous travel between different parts of the galaxy. Assuming this is a gateway, its current state of disrepair has rendered it unusable. If it could be restored to working order, its owner would potentially be able to access any other functional gateways in the galaxy, enabling travel across huge distances in a matter of days. Intriguing. So, and we also have an ocean world. Not very big, but we've got the disabled gateway here. So that is technically a megastructure.
System survey complete.
Okay.
Construction complete.
Let's go ahead and claim this system right away. And I'll go back and get this one. Then maybe once I have that, I can backfill these without knowing exactly where other aliens are. Oh, ancient precursor civilization. Let's go ahead and research that. Don't really know, what we may be encountering, what we may have to deal with. It's not a very good, not too many good locations. Here would get the minerals and the food. Here would get these 2 minerals. Yeah, no really good spots unless I was gonna build over stuff. Alright, yes, I do have the engineering facility there. Alright, natural wormhole. We have detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon at the edge of the MUA system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time is formed here. creating a wormhole that, our scientists' drones speculate, may provide a conduit through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessels foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds. If it could somehow be stabilized. A great battle between the Grand Navy of the First League and another fleet took place not far from here some 2 million years ago. The gravity well of Dorfil 1 has since captured much of the debris left by this engagement, and the wreckage of several massive hulks can be found on the planet's surface. Intriguing indeed. I need skill 3 or higher. Okay. Ashley, let's go ahead and research that first. Okay, so we have the Mua wormhole. Requires wormhole stabilization and requires exploration. Okay. Don't know exactly where it'll lead.
Research complete.
Okay, hydroponics farm 2. That's good. Well, how long would this take? 152 months. That is too long. So we're also getting plus 14% for 8 systems. So the more systems we control, the more research costs, which sucks. But let's go for the heritage site. I'm not too worried about the defensive army damage at the moment.
Construction complete.
Okay, we have 300 minerals. We can now start thinking about colonizing. This is a pretty good world to colonize, I think. There's a lot of food here. A lot of empty space. Not a lot going on. So let's go ahead and get started with this colony, which be a prime. Okay, and for good measure, let's start not doing anything because I don't have the minerals. Alright. Here we go, engaging them. Did not lose any ships. Let's go ahead and repair. So basically the same stats, because they were basically the same. Now, I'm also going to want to... Actually, let's see. Can you... No, I can't orbit that.
Construction complete.
Yeah, it'll be expensive to upgrade this, but I think that'll be worthwhile.
Special project complete.
Archaeological project completed. Our archaeologists have successfully excavated several starship hulls on the surface of Dorfil 1, relics from the massive space battle that took place in the system 2 million years ago. The forces involved were the 2nd and 3rd fleets of the First League Grand Navy, fighting to contain an incursion by the combined fleets of the Rikim, a nomadic warrior species from the Galactic Rim. What began as a minor skirmish quickly escalated into a running fleet battle involving hundreds of ships on both sides. It is impossible to tell which side won. An interesting find. I am not sure... Yeah, we're not actually docked up, and so we're still expensive, so... I'll move them back. Let's actually send Robin back as well. Dock up so that we're not losing as much resources.
System survey complete.
Efforts to map the surface of this planet have identified a strange mountain formation in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. We'll go ahead and research that. 2 and 6. 2, 7. It's not bad.
Construction complete.
Yeah, losing energy now that we're trying to colonize, but that's okay. We'll recover that. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Dorfil 5 have been identified as a massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien lifeform. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Dorfil 5 could have supported life on that scale at any point on the planet's history. Science Officer Ashley has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery. Fascinating, Captain. 3 or higher. Let's go ahead and do that. You know, actually, for good measure, I think we're going to build another science ship so we can get out and start exploring other stuff. I'm really going to want automatic exploration soon.
Construction complete.
Okay, let's go ahead and recruit a... no good ones. Let's just go for a young one. There we go. We'll start out by researching that, and then surveying. Okay, new tradition. Through strategic application of synaptic transmitters, we can broadcast the will of the hive across an entire planet from orbit. Assist research now also produces 1 unity, so that's good. Although we don't really need it. Alright, empty ascension perk. I tend to like technological ascendancy, but mastery of nature is a... yeah, it's different. So clear blocker cost minus 33%. Not bad. It'll pay itself off over time, sort of. But what you do get is unlocks Planetary Edict land clearance. This is a Planetary Edict that permanently increases the size of a planet by 1 to 3 tiles, with smaller planets gaining more tiles. It can only be performed once on each planet and cannot be used on max-size planets. So let's take that. And for our homeworld, 500 energy credits, 100 influence. I think we can afford that. So we are currently size 17. How much do we get? I'm going to guess that we're going to get 2. No, we only got 1. I'm disappointed. But it actually has something on it. Society research. Interesting. Was not expecting that. So we can also build strongholds. Provides 3 defense armies. Protects armies from orbital bombardment. I don't know that I'll be interested in that anytime soon. Am I working on... Yes, I'm working on the energy grid. Alright, so I'll hold off on building something until that. Fleet can be upgraded, but I'm not going to do that. Strong energy emissions of an unknown origin make this asteroid stand out from the rest of its peers in this crowded asteroid field. Let's go ahead and research that. Have not found the... Oh. After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Dorfil 5, Science Officer Ashley has concluded that the creature served as some kind of gigantic organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume these came from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, this organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Dorfil 5. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone have substantially advanced our knowledge. Ah, okay. Wandering amoebas. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Founding a new home.
Okay, there we go. Our first colony is being founded. Excellent. You know, I think it's probably time to start gathering some of these other resources. Build mining stations. do that.
Anomaly found.
There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. Go ahead and research that. League Naval Base. A wreckage of what must have been a major First League naval base has been detected in orbit around Shariat 4. We know the League maintained a massive fleet called the Grand Navy to combat piracy and safeguard member nations from external aggressors. This particular outpost appears to have provided berthing for one of their rimward patrol fleets. Remarkable. Skill level 5 or higher. Great. Yeah, that's going to be out for a bit. Ashley has gained expertise in field manipulation. It's really just a cover for her addiction. There's a 4 energy credits there. That's pretty nice. So, looking quickly, do we have any other choke points? Of course, this would be a choke point for this arm. Up here would be another choke point. So we may want to push up that way.
System survey complete. Research complete.
There actually aren't any choke really... Well, there's this choke point down there. Alright, there's our energy grid. Let's go for the fusion reactor. Get better power generation on our ships. Okay, right here. I want to build the energy grid. And then I want to save up for upgrading our station here. It's going to take a few months. You can also dismantle. This will destroy the starbase and your hold on the system. Take a look at the details.
Fleeing aggressors.
What now? More of you. Ah, jeez. There's a savanna world there and a desert world there. Okay. Well, I guess we'll come up here and survey out this way. But that's the wrong one. Okay. Upgrade to a starport. And that'll take a while. Then we can dock our fleet up here. Which is pretty close to this, and also pretty close to getting out here. You know what? I need assault armies.
Construction complete.
If I'm ever going to take other planets, I'm going to start needing to build these up.
Research complete.
Okay, we've got... Sensor profile of a mid-sized vessel was briefly detected inside the upper atmosphere of this gas giant. We'll leave it be for now. And we've got the mineral processing plant, and we also have a nebula refinery. By processing the dust clouds of a nebula, we are able to refine and extract valuable minerals. Let's go for the hull points there.
Salvage preserved.
Okay, more regenerative hull tissue. Recruitment of armies has been completed. Alright, what do we want to start with? I think we want this 3 minerals.
Anomaly found.
Eagle Claw has gained statecraft. There are signs of an ancient precursor civilization. Let's go ahead and research that. And our second colony will be finished on 2226. Okay, so a little bit less than a year. Surface scan of Bastamore 7A has identified the remnants of an ancient installation on the moon's surface. Most of the facility was wiped out in a massive explosion some 2 million years ago, but a few outlying buildings more or less survived the blast. All evidence recovered so far points towards this having been some sort of research base built by the First League. That also needs a skill level 5 or higher. So that'll be out for a bit.
Research complete.
And we've got the heritage site. Fleet command limit I don't care about right now, although that would allow me to bump my fleet up to the full capacity. Let's see, what do I want? I think just getting tile blockers is going to be better right now. I'm not sure why this one is so much more expensive than this one. This is kind of nice too, but we need to be able to get rid of tile blockers.
System survey complete.
Okay, let's see. You're surveying out that way. You're surveying that way. There we go. Alright, we got a starbase here. Buildings. So docked ship upkeep minus 25%. I want that. We'll get that built, and then you guys can come over here. And set this as your home base.
System survey complete.
Okay, and module-wise, I don't think I care about shipyard or... I suppose the anchorage might be good. Don't really need a second shipyard right now, so...
Construction complete.
Yeah, bumping up the anchorage seems like that might be a good idea. Although, I think we may wait for a bit. Rogue drone raiding. All the way over here. Well, it is convenient that... Oh, no, you're not. You weren't actually moving. Alright, come on over here.
System survey complete.
I am not getting a whole lot of food. We need to start upgrading these.
New frontiers established.
We've established the colony, Uchblia Prime. Excellent. Yeah, we need more food. Alright, but I think that getting more food will happen in the next episode. Growth is a little bit slow right now, only getting 18 minerals because my fleet is out. That is kind of a pain in the butt. But once they dock back up, we'll recover some of that. Anyway, we'll continue exploring. We do have another unexplored natural wormhole here. Hopefully they don't connect to each other. That would be kind of silly, but I don't know. Anyway, that will be next time. See you then, everyone.